Hello guys, happy new year. So this is my first video of this year and I am continuing the video I started last year on my experience as a foreign student in Brazil. And today I want to share with you guys what you must know upon arriving in Brazil as a foreign student. Alright then, so the first thing you must know is that Brazil speaks Portuguese. I know some people still have difficulty in understanding this because Latin America and South America, they speak Spanish, but no, Brazil speaks Portuguese. It's the only country in Latin America that speaks Portuguese. Okay, so be ready to study, speak, and even do your presentations in Portuguese. Yeah, so that's the reason why most students will follow the PECG program. For 1 year, you're going to be studying the Portuguese language. So you study the Portuguese language, and after you pass the self-prepared exam, then you go on to doing studying your respected courses. So and also keep in mind that a lot of people too may not understand your foreign language. For example, English. I remember the first time I came to Brazil at the airport, I found it difficult. Though I know that it's the pandemic, but I only found one person who could comprehend my English, and I'm serious in Sao Paulo, their international airport. So do not be shocked. Some people may not understand your language, and the fact that they're even listening to music in English, or you see places that are written like that the name of the store or whatever is in English, doesn't mean they know English. I'm serious. There was a day I was on the road and I found someone singing like a music. I can't even remember the music in English, and I was like, wow, maybe we can speak English. And I started speaking it, and I was like, these words that I said, they are contained even in that music. How come the person doesn't understand? Well, there are situations like that, so be prepared and do not be shocked. And this second tip is like the most important, which is your student visa. So you need to ensure that you have the appropriate visa, because you're a student, you came here to study. You cannot apply for a work visa or a holiday visa. So you must apply for the appropriate visa, and also know its renewal. If you're going to be renewing, how many years, the period of time you're going to be renewing. Mine is every year. I renew my year, so you must know that. And thirdly, we have CPF in Brazil, which is like Cadastro de Pessoa Física. You need it for everything. It's a number that you will need for absolutely everything. You want to buy something, you want to register for something, even when you want to get some documents, you need CPF. So it's the number that you will get. Even for opening a bank account, you need it, so you will get CPF. And another point is that upon arriving in Brazil with your visa, yeah, of course you have your visa and all, you should visit the federal police within 90 days. Like, you'll be fined if 90 days pass and you do not visit the federal police. Why? It is to begin your process, to do your document, to register and all. So, and you actually be able to get your identity card. I do not have it right here with me. No, I haven't even collected it from federal police, so it takes time when you register to collect it. So then with this card, you can also like get your CPF number and do other documents that you will need. So within 90 days, you have to visit the federal police. So also, when you arrive here, or even before you arrive here, check out your university, even the university that you'll be studying Portuguese in. You have to check it out to find out if they provide like accommodation for their student, because some do. I've heard that some do, but there are also some who don't. So you have to check out accommodation around the area where your school will be located. So that also is important, but try checking with your university if they do have accommodation. Another point which I find like important also, is that be prepared for strike. Just ready your mind that there will be a possibility, there is a possibility that you will experience strike. Like, I found it rare because I've never experienced it in my life. And I did last year. We were on strike, and it was terrible because we had no information. We had no idea when we were going to resume, if we were going to have class, how long it will last. No idea, and it did happen. Well, I heard it before. Someone told me that there's strike, and I was like, no strike. But there was. It happened. So just be prepared. It's not scarce. It's not rare. It can happen. So I think another point that people want to hear, how are the people? So Brazilians are known to be very friendly people, and they are known to talk a lot. Sorry, Brazilians. But yeah, so it's a very good opportunity for you to practice your Portuguese. Like, you will meet people who do not know you at all, and they'll start a conversation with you, and they will talk with you like you've known them. And it can be difficult if you do not know how to speak Portuguese, or you do not comprehend it very well. I remember when I started, I would say, please, devagar. Devagar means like slowly. Please speak slowly. So yeah, and they can repeat themselves a zillion times. I remember I was traveling from Salvador down here to Campo Grande, and I met this woman on the bus, and my comprehension wasn't that good. So, and I was like, no entendi, that I don't understand. And she repeated herself like time after time, and I feel bad, like always saying, oh, I don't understand, oh, I don't understand, can you speak slowly? But they will. Well, not all people, but most will. So yeah, it will be very helpful for you who is learning the language. So this is also another very important point. Remember I talked about your going to go and do your registration within 19 days? Yeah, you need to do that registration so that after you get the document, you can get your SUS card. SUS card is like the healthcare system. That's the name of the healthcare system in Brazil. SUS. So, and the healthcare is free. It's free, but you need to have that card so that you will get access. So, and whenever you're going to the clinic, the hospital, emergency unit, you will present this card. They will ask you, like, you don't need to even take your identity card, no, just your SIS card to the clinic, and they will attend to you. So that's also very important. Also, very super important point is that you have to get your COVID vaccine. We know the whole world experienced COVID like a couple of years ago, and it's very important that you are vaccinated against COVID-19. So get it updated. There are some countries that only have us 2, but Brazil, I think, up to the 4th dose. So yeah, and I collected all of it. So if you only have 2 in your country, you can come and get the remaining here in Brazil. So, yeah, I know someone did. So just get your COVID vaccine. But if all 4 doses, or I don't know how many in your country, just get it updated, because they will ask you upon arriving in Brazil about your COVID vaccine. Okay, so yeah. And one thing I know that people are like, oh my gosh, how is the transportation? Yeah, so upon getting to Brazil, you try and familiarize yourself with their transportation, like using metro. There are some states that have metros, and while some don't have, for example, in the state I am, they don't have. So it's bus that you use within the city and outside the city also. So metro. But when I was living in Salvador, I went like out using metro. So, and it was really nice, and it's quite easy. But you also need a card, a bus, or you always have to buy. For example, in Salvador, I didn't have at first. I hadn't done my metro card, so I always had to pay before entering. But if you have the card, you will just load money into the card, and for example, you can load 10 passes, and then you will use it. You don't have to go by, that type of delay. So it's actually good. Metro card is different from bus card. So if you get a metro card, you get a bus card, but you have to find out if they have in your state. So, but I found metro quite fast, and I love it. It's better. So yeah. But of course, you can also use Uber if you haven't, or you do not know how to get the card. Well, I think it's easy. Just going online, you find out. I think it's different for each state because I had to get another bus card when I came here to Campo Grande. So you can use Uber app or 99. They have another a car app that's called 99. So it's really common here. So yeah, it's pricey, but yeah, if you have like a family of 4, I think it pays more than to use bus. Yeah. So for foreigners who have like international driver's license, it is valid for up to 6 months. So if you have a driver's license, you can only use it for 6 months. International driver's license, you can use it up to 6 months before we take their test and get their own driver's license. Another thing is about the currency of Brazil. So the currency of Brazil is real. So I'm pronouncing it the way they would, I think. So you have to understand the exchange rate and bring some cash. So for example, I have this like dollar account. I did a dollar. Is it a domiciliary account they call it in my country? Yeah, something like that, a dollar account. So it's like universal. I can use it in any ATM to withdraw money. So that was what I did. So I withdrew reais from the ATM. And their ATM has options of English. So if you do not understand, for like the first year of living in Brazil, I operated the ATM in English because my Portuguese wasn't that good and I didn't want to do anything that would make me lose money or do something that wasn't right. So I operated it in English, and I think they have the French option also. Yeah, I remember like there was a classmate of mine. She's from a French speaking country, and yeah, she operated the ATM in French. So know that. And opening a local bank account, like for example, Banco do Brazil is one of the banks they have. It will simplify your transaction. There are obviously many other banks that are out there, and the cost of living varies significantly by city. So there are some cities that their cost of living is high, very high, and I think Campo Grande is one of those cities. And there are some that they are low. So these are things that you have to discover. And so just be ready because there is currently inflation in Brazil. So let's talk about the cultural aspect of Brazil. Like I said before, the Brazilians are very friendly and they are very welcoming people. Yeah, so you will see it a lot. You experience it a lot. But one thing about Brazilians that was a cultural shock to me is that they hug and give kisses. I was like, what's that? It was really weird for me when I first arrived in Brazil. Like every time, if they are greeting you in the morning, like the first thing they will hug you. When you're going, they hug you and like kiss on the cheek. And I was like, whew. I'm not used to it. But now I'm actually used to it, and I actually do it also. So yeah. And punctuality in Brazil, they can be punctual. Not everybody's punctual, and they give the grace of 15 minutes. Yeah, so you have the grace of 15 minutes. And I remember when I first arrived, I have this punctuality nature. I always like arriving. So if it's 7 o'clock that I say, I'm already there like 5 minutes to 7 or 7 on the dot. But as time goes on, I'm already becoming a Brazilian, so I make sure I use that my 15-minute grace, or sometimes I pass it. So no, when I'm going for important stuff, I make sure not to go late. For example, I'm going to the federal police, I will obviously go early. Well, yeah, I'm already becoming a Brazilian. Yeah. So, and food It will be amazing if you're open to trying new food because they have a very diverse cuisine. But I'm not that type of person, sorry. I find it difficult to still eat Brazilian food because I'm not just used to it. I'm still not used to it. Although they have like rice and beans, which is like their is like one of the official dishes in Brazil. Yeah, and I can eat that. They also have feijoada, which is very popular. You hear people feijoada, feijoada. I'm not used to feijoada. I'm not used to feijoada. They have lots of food, pão de queijo, and it differs with regions. There are so many. They have so many food. Stroganoff, I love it. Stroganoff um, de frango. I love isca de carne, isca de frango. These are Brazilian foods, so there are some I can try, but not all. But I love their sweets, like their doces, their snacks. I like them. Salgados, they call them salgados. They use flour to do it, and they're a bit salty. So it may be like, I wasn't able to eat it like the first time I tried it, but I'm gradually getting used to it. But I love their desserts, their cakes, so that's why I eat them a lot. Yeah, now so let's talk about the safety aspect of Brazil. I know that a lot of people have heard it because of the news and yeah, so on and so forth. Yeah, of course, just like in many cities or places of the world, petty theft, they are common in like their larger city, their metropolitan city like Sao Paulo and all the rest. So how can you be safe is to just avoid displaying valuable objects, if you like watches, your phones, and just try and stay vigilant. So do not display. I know sometimes we want to order Uber or call Uber, and you're on the road. Yeah, of course you have to show your phone, but immediately after you're done calling the Uber, just keep it. So just be careful. And for emergency number, we have the police, which is 190. That's their police number. And we have their fire department, which is 193. And the ambulance is 192. So these are three important numbers that you must know upon living here as a foreigner in Brazil. Yeah. And talking about the academic like segments, you have to understand the grading system. Try and compare and contrast with the grading system of your own countries, which was actually what I did. Because in my country we use percentage grading, and like with the percentage, each percentage is like kind of related. You can correlate it with the grade, which grade A, B, C. For example, 70 to 100 means you are an A, you're in the grade A, and 60 to like 50. I'm not sure anymore about it, but just like try to understand the grading system, because here in Brazil, for example, in my university, the grading system is like for you to pass, you must get 6/10. 6/10, and that is now we don't use 6, we don't use 10, we use 100 in my country, so percentage. And also know that the academic calendar, it often differs from other countries. For example, we know that in the US they have that their summer, that is their long holiday, the summer for vacation and all. But here in Brazil they don't observe that summer. Well, within a period like July, it's normally July, you have like 3 weeks holiday. That's holiday between the first and second semester. Then after that, you then observe your long vacation, long holiday, which is between December and the beginning of March. So that is like, it's like a almost 3 months holiday, and I love it. And that's what I'm observing now. So still till beginning of March before I resume school. Thank God. And about socializing. I'm not the best person to tell you guys about that because my socialization is almost zero, but I'm trying. So, like, you can join student groups, like a cultural organization, because they have like for Africans, black people here. I've actually been to some events here, like in 2023. Yeah, I think so. So, like, just to kind of make friends and adapt to environment, you will find Africans in Moscow. Yeah. So, or whatever race you are. And the musical aspect or entertainment aspect, like Brazilians, they're into music a lot, and you kind of enjoy their. I enjoy some of their music. I do, but I'm very picky in general about music I listen to, not just because it's in Portuguese. No, and I actually learned Portuguese through music, like gospel music. I That was one of the ways I learned Portuguese, and they observe a lot of festivals here. The carnival, they have San Juan, they have for Easter. So a lot. Brazil has a lot of holidays, which was another cultural shock, but I love this because in my country we didn't have, in Nigeria we don't have like that much holiday, but here in Brazil they do have a lot of holidays. And Brazil is known as a football nation. So, if you love football, you love Brazil. And there are also many, many, many beautiful locations here in Brazil. Landscape, like we have the Amazon rainforest, real beaches. Salvador too has lovely beaches. So just try them out. Travel, 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 and enjoy Brazil. That's a lovely place. Okay, bye, beijo.